Hey guys, welcome to this video. It's Dave here at Ascend Hot Yoga here in Lee. And today we're going to do a breath-led meditation and pranayama practice. So for this, you might want a cushion or a couple of blocks just to sit on. So we'll start by finding a comfortable seat. So come to sit on your block or cushion and cross the legs. The block of the cushion is quite useful just to elevate the hips off the floor, and it helps to lengthen and elongate the spine. So make sure you're sitting comfortably and that you can be still for the duration of this practice. Sitting up nice and tall, draw the navel gently to the spine, just engage the core, relax the shoulders away from the ears, lift up and out of the crown of the head, and just tuck the chin in slightly. And just taking a moment to connect to the breath. So placing the hands onto the belly. Breathe long and deep into the diaphragm. Send the breath all the way down into the belly. Feel the ribcage expand as you breathe in, and as you exhale, emptying the lungs fully. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then moving the hands to the ribcage. Breathing into the belly, and then breathing into the ribcage. Feeling the ribcage expand as you inhale, feeling it deflate as you exhale. And then moving the hands to the chest. Breathing into the belly, into the ribcage, all the way up to the chest. And as you exhale, release the breath from the chest to the ribcage to the belly. And just breathe in at your own pace. And then release the hands. You can place the hands onto the lap. You can place the hands onto the knees, palms facing upwards and bringing the finger and thumb together. Just connecting to that breath. Sitting nice and tall, lifting that chest. And if you have breath of Ajay in your practice, I invite you to start using this now. Inhaling through the nose. And as you exhale, creating that slight constriction at the back of the throat, around the vocal cords, to create that gentle hissing sensation as you exhale. And with each exhalation, just notice the body begin to relax. Bringing the awareness to the tip of the nose. Inhaling through the nose, tracing the breath to the space behind the eyes, all the way down to the base of the spine. Exhale and trace the breath from the base of the spine to the space behind the eyes and out through the nostrils. And just noticing any distracting thoughts, any external noises, and just noticing, observing them with a sense of calm detachment. And as these thoughts come and go, just acknowledge them. Don't judge them, don't follow them. Just be the observer. And then as you exhale, just gently release them and let those thoughts dissolve. and return the attention back to the breath. Inhale through the nose. Trace the breath to the space behind the eyes. Follow it all the way down to the base of the spine. And as you exhale, trace the breath back to the space behind the eyes and out through the nostrils. And then you're going to take your right hand, bend the index finger and the ring finger, bend the index finger and the middle finger, extend the ring finger and the little finger and the thumb, and then place the thumb over one nostril and the fingers over the other. So open up the right nostril first, closing off the left. You're going to inhale through the right nostril. Close off the right nostril, open the left, and exhale through the left. Inhaling through the left. Close off the left, exhale through the right. And you might notice that I'm mirroring you in this position. Inhale through right, close off right, exhale through the left. Inhale through left, close off the left, exhale through the right. And just repeating this for between 6 to 10 breaths at your own pace. And this type of breath is called Nadi Shodhana. And it's a cleansing breath designed to clear out impurities in our energetic system. So our pranayama practice is primarily a breath-based practice, and prana is the life force that animates us, and ayama is to extend or contain that energy. So we use these breathwork techniques just to bring a sense of balance and clarity back to our energetic system. So just taking a couple more rounds of this Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing breath. And when you've finished, release the fingers from the nostrils and place the hands back onto the lap or onto the knees. And we can maintain this breath by bringing the awareness to the right nostril, inhaling through the right nostril, tracing the breath down the spine. Exhaling, trace the breath back up the spine and out through the left nostril. And as you continue to breathe like this, imagine those two energetic channels from the right nostril and the left, intertwining down the spine, all the way down to the tailbone. And then returning the awareness back to inhaling and exhaling through both nostrils. So imagining those two energetic channels twining down the length of the spine to the base of the spine. And as you continue to refine this breath, smooth, long, slow inhalation with a slight pause at the top, and a smooth, extended exhalation with a slight pause at the bottom. Begin to imagine these two energetic channels merging into a single energetic channel, breathing into Sushumna, the central channel of the body. And as you continue to breathe here, imagine that single channel merges into a golden thread, maintaining that focus on the breath as it enters the body through the nostrils, all the way down to the base of the spine, and all the way back to the space behind the eyes and back out through the nostrils. And during times of adversity and challenge and uncertainty, this is where our meditation practice becomes ever more important. So continue to breathe, focusing on that breath, acknowledging any thoughts, any feelings, any emotions, anything that comes up for you in this practice. Stepping away from those thoughts and those feelings and being the observer, like a film director in a director's chair. Acknowledge those thoughts, those feelings, and with each exhalation, just release them and return the attention back to the breath. And with each exhalation, just notice a deepening sense of calm and relaxation as the mind and the body becomes centered and relaxed. Cultivating that sense of stillness. And as we advance through our meditation practice, we develop a stronger sense of concentration. And as our mind wanders, we become more aware of our mind wandering. And we begin to find it easier to pull it back to that sense of concentration, back to the breath, back to that thing that anchors us in our practice. And as we develop that sense of concentration, we can begin to focus for extended periods of time. And as we develop that sense of focus, our meditative practice starts to become effortless, as we can extend that focus for longer periods of time. And as our practice develops, this focus turns into a complete absorption in our meditative practice, dropping out of our thoughts, dropping out of emotions, and dropping into the heart space. And these breath-led practices are very powerful. We have a nerve called the vagus nerve, which starts in the cranium, and it wanders through the entire body, touching on all of the major organs in the body. And the tone of this nerve is governed by the diaphragm, the main muscle in the abdomen that controls our breathing. So if we breathe in long and deep and slow, we increase the tone of this vagus nerve. And this vagus nerve in turn begins to signal out through the body to relax. So we move from a state of fight or flight into a state of rest and digest. And as we come back into that state of clarity and calm and balance, so all the other bodily systems begin to follow. Our stress levels decrease. Our hormone levels begin to balance out. We stop releasing solely stress-related hormones, adrenaline, cortisol. And the body can begin to rest and to heal and to relax. And so the body relaxes, the mind relaxes too. And the ancient yogis understood that the breath controls the body. I'll start that again. The mind controls the body, and the breath controls the mind. And if we can begin to master the breath, we can begin to master the mind. And as we master the mind, life begins to fall into place. And we can deal with challenging situations with a greater sense of ease and clarity. So continuing to breathe here. And for the next few minutes, we'll sit in complete silence, maintaining that focus on the breath, acknowledging any thoughts that arise, any feelings that arise, and releasing them on the exhalation. If you need to adjust your posture, feel free to do so. You can stretch the legs, you can bring the knees in, you can come onto the knees. I'm starting to feel pins and needles, so I come onto the knees and just finish the practice in this position. And then slowly bringing the awareness back into the body and back into the room. Noticing where you are in the room and the objects around you. Maybe wiggle the fingers, turn the head from side to side. And keeping the chin lowered, bringing the hands to the center of the chest and bowing the face, the chin down. And just honouring your heart, your greatest teacher, and all those teachers who've come before us and those we've yet to meet. And as a sign of gratitude for taking this time to come into stillness with your meditation practice, it's been an honour to share this practice with you as always. I hope it serves you well and have a wonderful rest of the day. Namaha.